All right, good morning. It is Monday. There is a lot of volume in the market, but I just started putting my watch list together. Let's see here. CAS power steering cells. All right, interesting. And you see there's kind of a trend line started on this, possibly. So we'll keep that on watch. See, SPCB just selling off. I got a new contract for GPS. I won that contract, gapped up in pre-market quite a bit, but selling off at the moment. I'll keep on the watch list just because of the PR. Mara, interesting. A little triangle forming here on Mara. Of course, this is a Bitcoin stock. So Bitcoin must be getting a little move up, and then Riot is the same thing, and Riot popping up too. Same damn triangle too. Look at that. Both of them are the same triangle forming. Interesting. Okay, SNSS. They got a merger. Not a lot going on with it at the moment. It's had good volume, but super downtrend so far. Maybe if this gets back above 2, but right now there's just nothing there. IGC. Nothing really going on there at the moment. I'm just going to take it off. COCP, nothing, no news, but instead just pop over this 175 resistance. It's actually way above that resistance now. Let's see, right here. 240, there's some resistance, but after 240 it's pretty wide open. It looks like we got a little triangle here as well, so a couple different plays, possible triangles. If I can draw this line straight. Right now it's trying to test that downtrend. It's testing pretty good. What's the float on this? Decent float. A lot of buying volume on this stock so far this morning. It's on the 5-minute chart. It's all green except for one 5-minute candle, so that's interesting. I'd like to see this. What's up, One Life? I'd like to see this maybe come back down some. NGA, it wouldn't look like anything. WWR. Maybe THCB. I don't see nothing there. AMCI is a big move up. Yeah, I don't know about that either. Is any PR? No PR. I'm going to take it off. ORMP, this is just sold off dramatically. AQB, no PR. DPW, looks ugly. AMRH, CHAT, Nasty sell-off, nothing there. PLG, no. PR, looks a little barcodey. CEI, nothing there. Alright, so I think this is what we should focus on. Let's see here. Oh, Mara popping out of that triangle. 6 is the high of the year. Can it break 6? That's the question. Testing 6 right now. The only problem with these stocks is I kind of need Bitcoin up. Let me go ahead and pull up a Bitcoin chart here so I can see what is going on. Bitcoin at 1900 something, or 19,000 something, I should say. Let's see, we are testing at 6. You see there's a lot of sellers at 6. If they start cracking down, I might go. Let's see if this Bitcoin chart will work. See a little pop out of that triangle, but we are a little ways off of the 9 at the moment. Well, if I can get somewhere where a Bitcoin chart will work so I can see it. There we go. Let's see. Let's put this on 1 day. As you can see there, Bitcoin popping up today, this morning. Running into, looks like, maybe that's the high. I don't know. That's pretty high. I don't know if Bitcoin's going to keep running or not, so I'm a little cautious on Riot and Mara. Both of them are popping those triangles at the second, but I don't know. I don't know if they're going to go much further today anyway. And COCP with this big triangle. Interesting. Let's go back, check SPCB. Nothing there. So I'll keep the Bitcoin chart up just so we can keep an eye on it. Hello, SNY. And running through these real quick again. You can see this is getting rejected at $6 pretty hard. I don't know. It possibly looks like it's going to break though. Been rejected 3 times. But it looks like it's going to try to push again here, possibly. It's a new high. The high is 605, so if it does break over 6, it'll be a new high a year. See, 6 started cracking down. Just hit a new high a year, 608. Interesting. Wish I had a little bit better of a chart of Bitcoin. This is an ugly chart. Let me see if I can find a better chart. That's an ugly chart too. I don't know. I was looking at Yahoo Finance chart, but you can see it is still testing that 6 area. I'm just a little concerned because Bitcoin being so high and this being the high year of merit. I mean, it is very possible that Bitcoin could start moving higher, but at the same time, right now, I'm not too comfortable with trying to get in so high on it. Maybe if Mara comes back down to the 9 EMA, maybe if Bitcoin can have a little pullback, possibly. Slash Bitcoin. Okay. Oh, sweet. Awesome. I didn't realize that. I did not know you could look Bitcoin. I figured there probably might have been a way, but can you trade crypto now on Thinkorswim? Did they update that? I don't remember it being on there last year. You can trade crypto now on Thinkorswim. That's interesting. That you're not sure of? Yeah, I don't know. So anyway, we'll throw Bitcoin, this little slash Bitcoin chart over here on the watch list so that way we can see. I don't know what I just pressed. Let's see. So we did just hit 20,000, but this is going to be the high of the year for Bitcoin as well. So that's the thing. We're going to be hitting some heavy resistance. People are going to be locking in some profits and things like that. So that's why I just not really feeling it yet. I feel like at the moment, should give it a few minutes. Just looking around, let's see. Huge. What are you popping for? No PR, but it's just popped about 20 cents. Testing this 50-day average. Put huge on the watch list. But I don't want to buy it straight after a spike, so we'll give it a little while to figure out what it's going to do. See if there's anything on this scanner that's interesting. And you don't have to be in any rush to make a trade. You know, just wait for the setups. Wait till a setup appears that looks real good. So I'm not trying to take any shots in the dark here. I took a few shots last week and I paid for it, so I'm not going to do that again. Try to be disciplined, stay smart. AQB. Did I take that off the watch list? What was AQB? I think I did. But it doesn't have a reason for it to be running really other than volume. Let's see. So Mara did just pull back down to the 578 right now. See, Bitcoin must be pulling back. Yeah, you see Bitcoin having a little pullback at the moment. And that's why Mara's pulling back. Give that a little time to form out, see what it's going to do. It is bouncing off the 9 so far, but SPCB just still selling off. Just nothing there. Alright, CASS cracking the trend line. And it looks like that's pretty much done. I'll probably take it off the watch list here soon, and then you can see the same pullback on right as Mara and Bitcoin. Huge got rejected at $2. Actually, it looks like it's getting rejected at the 50-day. 50 days at 193. Yep. So it's getting rejected at the. It did pop over the 50-day, but it got pushed right back below it because the 50-day is right there. Not a lot of PR that I'm seeing on anything really. There's a couple, but the stocks aren't really doing anything. So I may have to focus on Mara and Ryan, maybe where the trade is at. Unless there's something I'm missing. If you guys are looking at something that I'm not, just throw it in the chat there. Because I am not the end all be all. I can easily miss other plays. Or miss stocks moving that I didn't realize were moving. CLCP just cracking this triangle hard. Just eating it. Yikes. So I think I'm going to take that off the watch list because that's not doing anything right now. S&S, nothing there. So now we got this downtrend on the 1 minute. 90 May's at 573. The question is, how much more is Bitcoin going to run today? I think we got to wait this out just a little bit longer. Not really seeing too many other opportunities though. CW. WR has got some major resistance at 640. Little cup and handle on the 1 minute possibly. If it breaks over 640, it could get going. Let's see here. See, Mara's down to 575. Big sell off. Yeah, you can see Bitcoin getting rejected at the high a year. Making a new high a year, but having a little sell off now, but that could change. This could just be locking in. Let's see here. Huge is still testing that 193 area. A little bit lower float of the stock. Just no PR on it, but if it does break this $2 area, it's got room up to 240, so there's a possible 40 cents there. Not a ton of volume on this though. Only 2 million so far. Let's look at this chart pattern. Let me look back here and see. So this thing's made some big moves before in the past. It's usually big gap ups though. It doesn't usually move Too much. Interesting. See, how's huge doing? Oh, huge is what I was looking at. Okay. So now we have a little downtrend. It's actually kind of a little triangle on the one-minute chart. Mara's down on the 9. What the hell did I just do? I didn't mean to make 2 lines. Just wanted to make 1 downtrend line. There you go. There we go. Okay. Oh, if Mara starts breaking this 1-minute downtrend, I may take a shot on it. So what's Bitcoin doing? And Bitcoin's still selling off though. That's the only thing. Why does my quantities keep changing? So this is starting to break the triangle a little bit here. I'm gonna go on huge. I'm just going with 50 shares and see if this can break $2. It's gonna test it. It's testing it now. See if it can break through there. Slowly pecking away at the $2 mark. A lot of sellers, but they're slowly getting taken out. Oh, now they're getting taken out. Boom, little pop over 2 here. Alright, let's see if this can get up to 240. That's gonna, that 100-day moving average at 244 is gonna be my lock-in price. So pushing up at 208, 209. Let me make sure there's no other resistance. There's a gap to fill at after 225, so if we can get up to 225, that's where that gap will be, up to 240. So there might be some selling at 225 pretty hard. I don't see much else though. I don't see any other reasons at 210 or 211 or anything for this to get held. And you can see it's pushing right through there. 225 will be the big kicker. Sellers will want to try to hold us down from that gap, but they're getting a little bit of selling at 215. Oh, we're going through 215 now. So 225. Let's see what happens at 225 if it gets there. We don't have a ton of resistance ahead. 225 and then 240. So, and that gap to fill between 225 and 240. There's no resistance at all. 220 is holding up as a little resistance. But we're through that. Okay, so let's see what happens here at 225. See how many sellers are sitting at 225. See, there's a little selling at 224. Oh, not that much at 225. All right, well, we may be going straight up to 240 then. A little selling at 230. We're over 230. Ooh, up to 234. Oh, it got up to 238. That was close. That was close to that 240 mark. It could pull back now, but I didn't see it hit that close up. I didn't see it hit 238. We are way off of the 9 EMA at the moment. Let's see. Is this going to keep pushing up here or not? No, a little pullback there. Yeah, it's getting a little all over the place. At this point, it could pull all the way back down to $2 where the 9 is. I feel like I should have took it when it pushed up to 238, but I just didn't see it. It did it so quick. But we'll see. And we did push through that little gap, so after that sell-off, it actually is pushing back up right now. Okay, so here's our downtrend on the 1 minute, our little selling downtrend. So 230 is going to be some resistance. There's 225. At this time, it's acting as resistance. But not as, yeah. See if it can break through 225. There we go. Yeah, oh, we went right through 230. That was pretty quick. So let's see if we're going to get back up to... Oh, wait a minute. I was about to remove that downtrend, but it may pull back below it. And it did. It did pull back below it. So it's kind of all over the place at the moment. A little bit of indecision. Let's see, this 5-minute candle. I'd like to see this 5-minute candle close over 225. It's got 3 minutes to do it, or actually 2 minutes to do it. Even better if it can close over 230. So actually we can redraw this downtrend, because right there is where it's getting. This is a perfect triangle though. Well, it was a perfect triangle till it just sold off right there. So big rejection. So that downtrend, let's see what we got. A minute and a half to see if it's closed over 225. Big buyer sitting at not sure what that was. I think it was 217. There was a big buyer sitting, but yeah, big buyer's trying to hold 220 up. And they're struggling to a little bit. So we got a minute on this 5-minute candle to see if it can close over 225, and we're right below 225. And that is right where this gap is at. So there's a seller sitting at 223 for some reason. 5,000 shares. This is starting to look a little sketchy. Yeah, we're pulling back. Yeah, it looks like we're going to pull back down to the 9. But as soon as it started going down to the 9, buyers are pushing her right back up. So we want to see that. We want to make sure it's going to hold above that, but let's see. Starting to get a little weak here. We want to see $2 hold up at support, but honestly, I should have took the profit when it was up in here. Just being honest, I really shouldn't have held this long. Yeah, starting to crack below 2. See if they can. Buyers push us back over 2 or not. I need 2 to hold as support. 2 was at resistance before. Okay, I'm trying to hold 2 here. 2 in this 9 EMA. See if it comes back up. The 50 day is also at 190. 194. A little doji there on the 1 minute. This was huge, HUGE, but I do think the rip might be over. I caught the rip, but I did not lock it in, and that is where you gotta not mess up. You gotta lock it in when you get the profits. It just didn't quite get to that 100 day. It stopped right short of it. This needs to get back over 2 soon. 2 does not need to be resistance. $2 needs to be support. I got a ways for this even gets back to the downtrend. Downtrend's all the way up at 218. So we got 40 seconds. This 5-minute candle needs to close above 2. If it doesn't close above 2, it's probably going to sell off more. And I'll probably get out of it. And then I'll just kick myself in the shin later for not locking in the profit when I had it. But you know, that's alright. Okay, some buyers coming in there trying to push it above 2. Got 6 seconds left. Let's see if it can close above 2. It did close above 2, but it is right on 2. Well, actually, I guess you wouldn't say it closed above 2. It closed at 2. I'd rather it have closed above 2. All that support just got taken out. And this is getting a little sketchy now. If it can't hold above 2, it's pulling back. Let's see if the 50 days at 193. If the 50 day can hold up as support. It may still be a possibility, but good bit of a sell-off so far after that initial rip. It's not even, yeah, it's starting to crack the 50 day. So I'm probably about to get out. Very close to getting out here. Very, very close. If 190 doesn't hold here, yeah, I'm getting out. Alright, so I'm out of that. So it was a quick little pop. Did what I thought it was going to do. I just didn't lock in. Like I said, I got to kick myself in the shin for that one later. Could have been, 15-20% gain, and instead it's a 4% loss, but that's alright. It's a small loss. It's not a big deal. Can easily be made back up. Let's see, SNS. So slowly started creeping back up. And you can see Mara with a big pullback, so Bitcoin must have had a big pullback. And that's why I was concerned earlier on Mara. Yeah, Bitcoin's back under 20,000. That's why I was concerned on Mara and Riot, was because Bitcoin hitting this new high year and stuff. There's going to be some selling for sure. There's nothing there on WWR. It looks ugly. Daniel B, you know what's up. You know how to sell a stock. Huge still possibly could be a play, but you can see right now the 50 day is holding it down, so it's got to get back above that 50 day and $2 again. I don't know if it's going to do all that or not. thinking this contract was going to get some attention on SPCB, but nothing so far. And SPCB is above all indicators. But it's just not doing anything yet. Hey Mark, how's it going, buddy? Good to see you in here. Yeah, I call you broker. That was an old school joke there. Back in the days where you had to call your broker to buy or sell stocks. What a hoodoo that was. I'm not seeing too much else really going on. What is happening on the SPY today? Let me look at the SPY. Ooh, the SPY has been dumping. I did not realize that. Normally I look at the SPY first thing when I start to trade, but I did not look at that. I was looking at Bitcoin and everything else, and the overall stock market. It must be red right now. Yeah. Yeah, okay. Now we know what's going on. So that was my mistake. I should have looked at the SPY earlier. Because this probably isn't going to do anything else. Huge isn't. That was the one shot right there on that one nice big green candle to lock in some profit for today. I should have locked it in. God, I'm going to kick myself in the shin for that one. That was... He said, don't call me again. Nice. Market is dumping. Bitcoin is... Man, I wouldn't say Bitcoin's dumping, but Bitcoin is selling off a little bit at the moment. How much lower is Mara? Mara's way back down there. Well, interesting. Since the SPY's dropping so hard, let's see if gold's going up any at all. A lot of these gold stock. Oh, that's the 5G list. There we go. Gold. Nothing there. Going up a little bit. Let's see. The main ones are NEM. So yeah, gold just kind of going sideways today so far. Interesting. Okay, so SPY getting a little rebound. I wonder why the SPY dropped so hard. Let's see. It started dropping at 8:30. So what news came out at 8:30? Anything? Black Friday brick and mortar sales fell 52%. Online sales rose 21%. Look at there. U.S. issues, that's interesting. U.S. issues fresh Venezuela-related sanctions targeting Chinese technology company. I wonder if that has anything to do with the election. Because there was a little talk. It didn't say anything. I don't know. There's a little talk that the Dominion voting system had something to do with whatever. You bought Bitcoin last week? I bought a little Bitcoin last week. Now that you can trade Bitcoin on Webull, and there's like four different ones you can trade, four different cryptos. I'm working on trying to find a pattern that works in day trading cryptos. And because you can day trade cryptos any time of day, um, I'm looking at starting to do some crypto trading later in the day, some live stream crypto trading. But like I said, I've got to figure out a pattern first. I have no idea. But I have a feeling because the way that Mara and Riot move, and they move so related to Bitcoin, I believe there will be patterns just like on stocks. So I'm kind of excited to start that. Okay, CAAS is in a bad downtrend. So need to get back over that. See, Huge got a doji star on a 5-minute. Looks like it may try to push back up, but it's got to get it back above the 50-day. Well, that's kind of, that's, buy low, sell high. That's what I was thinking. I've been watching the crypto charts, and they have such big moves that it should be pretty simple to figure out, when to buy into the dips and then sell it after they pop back up. You see in Bitcoin on the 5-minute, pretty much went straight up, but like right here after this sell-off, this dip down to 19.5. There's a little support there. Could have bought some at 19.5 and then held it up to back to the 9 at 19.8. So that's $300 move right there. Of course, I'm not going to put 20 grand in to trade one Bitcoin, but that's the thing with Webull. You can trade in fractional shares, so there's still money to be made there. Let's see, Huge is starting to pop back up a little bit. Nice little U shape on this. Question is, do I want to take another shot on this? Buying is starting to come back in. Yeah, I'm going to take one more shot on this. It's about the same entry I had last time. Let's see if we can break back over 2 and start moving up again. Daniel B., why are you trolling so hard this morning? You are trolling so hard. You are just trolling. See, we got a minute left on this candle. This candle needs to close above 195 on this 5-minute candle, or it will pull back. I know, you're trolling extra this morning though. On Shift Technologies, what's the ticker symbol? I've never heard of Shift Technology. See, it looks like we're going to try to push back to 2. If it can break over 2, it may start moving again, and that's kind of right where the downtrend is as well. So looking for that $2 break again. Here we go. Yep, breaking over 2 here. Testing it. It's not a ton of selling at 2, so I don't think it's going to be that big a deal. Well, I don't know. You can see it keeps pushing above and then dropping right back below. So it is a little tug of war here at $2. You see some more buying volume come in and push this over too. Ooh, now you can see some sellers sitting at 2. Somebody with 8,700 shares there. Part of their position got taken out, though. They were at 9,400 shares. That 2 needs to break soon. Jumia, you say? So what I get at 196? I have a feeling by the name of that ticker symbol, I'm probably not going to like it. Okay, what was it again? JMIA. Okay. Gotcha. So let's see what we got with JMIA. Down 15%. Possibly. I mean, the 9 is right there at 28. Possibly for a swing trade, I'm assuming, because this is not going to run back up to $40 today. Maybe over a week or something, but I mean, the 9 is there, but if this 9 EMA cracks, if it gets below 29, it doesn't have any support until $20. So you'd want to probably be pretty smart about it. And with the market crashing, I don't know. It's I think it's a little sketchy. I would probably wait a day or 2 and see if it comes down to the 9 and see if it holds the 9 before I made a decision on that. Let's see. So huge is popping over the $2 mark now. I've almost made my loss back. The Amazon of Africa. Yeah, I'm not aware of what that company does. So if that's the case, Amazon of Africa sounds like a good deal. But like I said, I'd probably just give it a few days just to see what it does. See if it can hold that 9 EMA, hold that $30 support area or not. Because it'd be pretty risky to buy it now and then it turn around and crack that 9 EMA and drop all the way back down to 20, and you're risking $10 a share there. So that would be quite risky. Let's see, 210's got some selling out. I could lock this out. This loss has turned into a gain now. Big sellers at 205. Because I just don't know if it's going to try to run back up to that 240 again or not. See, 210 kind of acting as the resistance now. Really? Was it all credit cards? Is that true, DB? If you're right about that, woo boy. America is in some trouble with this debt. Fourth quarter reports, can't wait. Oh yeah, no problem. Trip Shuey. Hopefully I said that enough. You know, I don't know much about that company, but just looking at the chart, that's just kind of my thoughts on it. It'd be pretty risky to get in right at the moment. We're starting to push back up again here. Kind of getting rejected there at the downtrend line. And I'm not going to take a loss on this again. No, I'm going to get out of it. Starting to pull back. Well, it looked like it was about to crack there and I got out. So instead of a $5 loss, I'm now at a 25-cent loss. So but I did not want to take another loss on it. I should have. I don't know. I was thinking about locking in up there at 215, but because then it would at least been like a 10% gain. Daniel B, you're talking to me, you're talking to One Life. I'm assuming you're talking to One Life, but that could apply to me too, because me jumping out there was really not the smartest move. The 9 EMA is still at $2, so it's holding up, but kind of got this big wonky triangle. I'm interested in that JMIA though. I'm gonna do a little research on that company if it's the Amazon of Africa, because I mean it has gotten some big moves. We kind of got a triangle going on huge right here. Oh, you can see it pulling back hard there. See, that's why I was worried about it getting rejected right there at the trend line and it pulling back hard all the way down. So actually now I don't feel stupid about locking out real quick there. At least breaking even. I still feel stupid about not locking in at the top of this rip, but you know, that'll go away. But yeah, it's still testing now the 50-day moving average at the moment. And Bitcoin is starting to consolidate a little bit, right under 20,000 at the moment. So that's a little interesting. Let's see if anything else is started doing anything because I've only really traded about $200 of actual money right now, so I still got enough to make some other trades. Let me see. Riot and Mara starting to come up. SNSS right at the downtrend. Very light volume though at the moment. Oh, see, Verakta is buying them. See if there's a price on what they're buying them at. Huh. Verakta will hold, are expected to own 86%, while SNSS stockholders will own 14% of the combined company on a fully diluted basis. I don't know. That doesn't sound real good for. I mean, in the long run, this sounds good for SNS. Like they're merging and they're gonna have some capital to work with and all that. But for short term, I don't know. Even with it breaking the downtrend, I don't know if it's something. No, there's a lot of resistance right there on there. That 570 area. Mark this little downtrend on there. 5 minute. See it getting rejected there at that 5 minute. Or on the 1 minute, you can see it getting rejected off of the downtrend. I can't get what's going on. Okay, whatever. Let's see. Okay, there we go. Yeah, Hughes is losing volume, looking sketchy. Is there anything else that I'm missing? AQB having a pullback at the moment. Spies starting to go sideways a little bit. What is going on here? Let's see. We got more news, and I'm seeing crazy headlines here. Let's read some of these headlines and see what's going on with the overall market. Let's see. So, Richmond Fed president says existing level of bond purchases providing pretty strong stimulus. I don't know about that. Bipartisan Senate group revised corona relief talks. So that's kind of good. Indices are trading lower. Stocks sell off during November surge. Georgia Secretary of State announces investigation into third-party groups trying to register people illegally in Georgia. Okay. Chairman of the FCC is announcing to depart agency in January. Biden taps former Fed Chair Janet Yellen to lead Treasury. Oh, God. Alrighty then. New York York City Mayor Bill de Blasio is a crackhead. We got that. We know that. Regulatory proceeding that had sought to lift ban on mobile phones on U.S. airlines, so that's good. Don't ban mobile phones on the planes. Let's see. Labor Department published flawed estimates of weekly jobless claims. Well, what are you doing, Labor Department? You have one job. You have one job. Is JMIA popping up? Yeah, I mean it is coming up. I wouldn't call it skyrocketing, but it's still like your downtrend somewhere right here, so it's still not even over the downtrend yet. But I mean that could have been a good bounce for a quick little day trade possibly. But you're going to run into that downtrend at $33, and then if it breaks that, you're going to run into resistance at $34, $35. I mean, there's plenty of resistance ahead of it. Like I said, I don't think it's going to go to 41 today. I would be surprised if it did all that. Let's see. Huge. What are you doing here, bud? This is a pretty good looking triangle. We're almost getting to that tippy tip of the triangle. Volume decreasing though. I don't know if I really want to take another shot on this. Volume is really decreasing. The time in sales is not even moving at the moment, so now it's starting to move again a little bit. See, SNSS is breaking over the downtrend as well. Very light volume though. CASS kind of breaking the downtrend, but I don't know. Actually, it still looks like it's in the downtrend, so I don't like that. Mara is testing its downtrend at the moment. Interesting. The most interesting thing about today is all the news that's coming out on the SPY, on the overall market. A lot of crazy stuff going on in there. Very interesting. Let's see how Bitcoin looks here. So Bitcoin's still consolidating sideways. So Mara and Riot are not going to do anything until they stop. Until Bitcoin starts moving in a direction, they'll just go sideways as well. Alright, well, it looks like there's nothing going on right at this second. I mean, JMIA is making a nice move so far. If you like a mid-cap stock. If I could talk. But gonna run into that downtrend in here in a second. You actually can see it on the 1 minute. Getting rejected right there at the downtrend a little bit at the moment. So Mara. Let's see on CAAS. This looks like we have a trend line forming. An uptrend on this, actually. Interesting. Volume is a little light. Well, it's starting to pop a little bit. Off of this uptrend. Come back down a little bit. 620 area maybe. I don't know. It's starting to move a little bit. And this I think had, yeah, this had decent PR with their increases. So this is the EV stock. Or similar, something to do with EV. So let's see what see NIO I think is the other Chinese EV. So that's what NIO is doing. NIO is starting to get a little pop up too. Interesting. Very interesting. How much did this move up today? From 4 to 6? 64%. Decent buyer there at 632. I'm gonna go. Or maybe I'm not. Oh, let's see. Just don't want to get filled too high, but I'm looking at that 1 minute chart. I'm thinking about going. I almost did go. The only thing I don't like is trend lines down at 590, but yeah, I want to go. Starting to pop over at 640. See if we can get over 650. Buying volume starting to increase a little bit in this stock. 640 is kind of high. I really like to get it. Got in a lot lower, but it is starting to move, and it does have some. Does have this pivot point of support right here at 620. Kind of got rejected at 650, so I may have jumped the gun on that. The downtrend, let's see something. Yeah, okay, so there's our downtrend. And that's where it got rejected at. Was at that downtrend at 650 resistance and that downtrend line. It's trying to build some support in the 630 area right there. So if it can try to stay above at 630, try to test upwards of that 650. So I think if it gets over 650, it can get back up to 7. Let's see here. Needs to get back over 640 though too. 640 right here. It's a couple of candles hit right there at that 640. You can see where that's a little bit of resistance, but we're building a little triangle into that 640, so it should break here soon. Unless it gets completely rejected at 640 again, but I don't think it will. Mara's starting to move back up. Let's see, so we're testing a downtrend line here. See 645 holding up as a little resistance, but that broke down. Let's see what 650 looks like. Go through 650. So we're still testing 650. Got through it for a second, but pushed right back down. Yeah, I can see Mara's up to 580. So Bitcoin must be coming back up. Yeah, Bitcoin back almost to 20,000. Yeah, with Mara, just keep an eye on Bitcoin. It follows whatever Bitcoin does. So we're trying to build support at 640 now. I don't know, that 640 is cracking. So we may have a pullback here on CAS. Yeah, it's starting to pull back. Where's the 9 at? The 9's at 615. I think it's at 630, still trying to hold. 630 cracking though, because now 630 is starting to act as resistance. Just got 45 seconds. This 5-minute candle needs to close over 630. The worst case would be better if it could close over 640, but right now it's going to need to close over 630. Got 20 something seconds. One life, you're in Mara at 542. Let me see where this 5-minute candle closes at here, and then I'll. So we did close above. We closed at 630 on the 5-minute candle. I want to see it start pushing up. If it starts coming down some more. Yeah, buyers are trying to hold this above 630, but man, they're struggling to hold it above it right now. All right, let's pop over and look at Mara. Yeah, Mara did break the downtrend. What's Bitcoin doing? Bitcoin's going sideways at the moment. So Mara's going sideways at the moment. So until Bitcoin makes a move up or down, maybe so. It depends on what Bitcoin does. I'm telling you, the Mara and Riot, they don't do anything other than what Bitcoin does. That's exactly what they do. So profit takers right now on Mara may slow it down, but if Bitcoin starts popping up out of that consolidation, then buyers will come right back into Mara. You like taking profits? Yeah, you should be taking profits. Trip, well, yeah, you called it on JMIA. This is a huge, nice move on this so far. From about three or $4 move since you called it out. So good call out on that. I didn't expect it to move up that high that quick, but it sure did. So I gotta give you credit where it's due. It's a very nice call out. So we got a minute on this 5-minute candle to close. I want it to close above 630 again. I don't know if it's going to do it or not. I may have to eat this loss depending on what this does here shortly. Mara could possibly nosedive. Like I said, depends on what Bitcoin does. We got a little bit of spread on CAS. It's getting pushed down a little bit, but every time it does get pushed down, buyers push it right back up. So that's a pretty good sign. We got 10 seconds. We're definitely not closing over 630 in 10 seconds. I don't think. No. But sellers couldn't push this down too much, so buyers may start coming in. You kind of see it here. You got two red candles. then more buying up, 2 red candles, and then more buying up. So this will be 2 red candles, and possibly if buyers start coming in again, start seeing us climb up. But not if it starts to sell off here. We got the 9 below us still at 620. Is Meredith dropping that hard? Now, the trend line's all the way back down at 6, but we really don't want it to get back down to the trend line. I don't think I'd want to hold it down to the trend line. This is what we want to see. We want to see buyers keep pushing this up. And we're testing we're back above 630 again. Testing the downtrend line. See, we're getting rejected there. At the moment. So we did get rejected a little bit there. Got a minute and a half on this 5-minute candle. This 5-minute candle might doji out. But I would like to see it start breaking this trend line and close over 630. That'd be a pretty strong close. But getting smacked down again. And getting pushed back up again. So we got about 50 seconds left on this 5-minute candle. Yeah, Mara did drop off. But what's Bitcoin doing? Bitcoin's not really doing much. Still going sideways, so. "20 seconds. Can this candle close over 630 or not? Because if it doesn't, then it's going to be real sketchy. It means it's going to be right along this downtrend here. Let's see. It looks like it closed right at 630, so still a little sketchy. Need a little more buying volume. We had buying volume back there in that one candle, a million in volume came in, but these last couple of candles have been pretty light. Sugar? No. Sugar is not king. Toilet paper is king. By the laws of supply and demand, we've seen when shit gets tough, toilet paper is the gold. One Life taking some profits on there. Nice job. I'm just kind of in a waiting game right now to see what this is going to do. Just testing these downtrend lines and resistance. Nice job. Sugar is it? Well, if sugar is everywhere, then that's a lot of supply. So if sugar's not in that high demand and there's a lot of supply of sugar, then sugar's not going to be that valuable. But on the reverse hand, where toilet paper we saw during the lockdowns and stuff, it was in high demand and very low supply. There's a one-way ticket to China. I mean, Mara's not going to crash out if Bitcoin doesn't crash out. It may be having a pullback right now, but I'm telling you, as long as if Bitcoin just keeps going sideways at the moment, Mara will probably be bouncing around a little bit, and then as soon as Bitcoin makes up its mind which way it wants to go, Mara will follow right behind it. See, I can actually readjust my downtrend line here. You can see it on the 1 minute where kind of riding right down the downtrend. It needs to break soon. It needs to get over that downtrend. It really needs to get over 630 here soon. Volume real light at the moment. Ooh, a little crack there. That's what I was about to say. This may crack here. See if buyers push it back over 620 or not. That's the problem when you got a stock that's just riding down the downtrend like this. It usually ends up having a drop. Nine EMA is at 620. So below the 9 at the 9 EMA right now. The downtrend is at 608. Or I'm sorry, the uptrend's at 608. I said the downtrend. So this is almost make or break time on this. This is either going to dump soon, it's going to crack this downtrend and dump, or it's going to break this uptrend and start moving up again. But it's going to be real soon. It's going to be within the next 5-10 minutes at the most. There we go, a little bit of buying coming in there. That's what we need to see. We need to see buying starting to come back in. But it not holding 630 or even 625. That may scare buyers out. $6.15 trying to hold us some support. A lot of selling pressure right now. Bunch of sellers sitting at $6.18. Why am I only out 10 shares? Why does it keep doing that? So we are pushing back above 620 here. Trying to. You see 620 holding up again. This is gonna be make or break real soon. We're getting the tippy of this triangle too. See Bitcoin dropping down a little bit more, so expect a little bit more of a pullback on Mara. What's the SPY doing? SPY is looking a little weak. This could be why. Yeah, SPY looks like may have another pullback. If the SPY has a pullback, this is going to dump. This is getting a little bit of buyers there at 618, but this little curl over right here, it needs to get out of that little pattern, because if it keeps curling over, it's going to go bloop. We need this pattern to break up like this. If not, this is going to sell off hard in a second. See, this candle's got to push up. If this candle starts pushing down and pushes below 615, it's going to be dump city. Yeah, and the downtrend or the uptrend line is right at 615 just about, so we need this to push back over 622. That way it's not curling over. We'll sell it at 620. Let's see if we can get through there. So starting to put, okay, so now we're not curling over anymore. So we're out of that little, that was real close to curling over, but we're up and out of that. We're still not out of the woodworks yet on this, but we are coming up to the downtrend line. And we're starting to push up over 6. Oh, it almost pushed through 630 right there on that one push. There it is, through 630. So we're testing this downtrend line at the moment. And we really want to see 630 start building support. Yeah, volume is not that much right now at the moment because it's down here testing the trend line. If it's going to be testing the trend line, buyers and sellers both are going to be very indecisive. So that's why volume is real light. But I mean, it wasn't that long ago where we got a million something in volume and buying volume on one candle back here. So it's not like that volume can't come into this. Volume can come into this. And it's going to come at the break of that 650. If this breaks 650, you're going to see volume increase. But right now we're down here in this these trend line areas that has to break, and it is breaking over the downtrend at the moment. But 630's got to start holding up support. 630 starts holding support. We start testing 650 again. See a big volume push come in at 650. And then it might can get up to 7. But we're not quite there yet. And see volume starting to increase a little bit. We're creeping up. That 630 held so far, getting a little bit of buying volume, creeping up. So look at here, we're getting a little frisky. Now we want to see that 650 break. That's where the volume is going to start coming back in at. We got rejected at 645 there. Back up to 645. See if we can get through that. 645 acting as some resistance. 645 starting to break down a little bit. We may pull back again a little bit here. That's all right. That's all right. That's fine. You have a little pullback after that push to 645. We just don't want it dropping below 630 now at this point. We want 630 to hold up as support and 640 to start building as new support. And you can see right there on the bid, 640 buyers are starting to try to build that as new support. So 640 starts building, and then maybe we see buyers start to come in and push it back up to that 645. Sounds like you're listening to a baseball game by my play-by-play here. Let's see here. 6:45 starting to break down. Real close to breaking down. This is what we want to see. We want to see it keep testing that. And we're going to pull back again here. So another rejection at 6:45. It hit 6:45 3 times. And each time it got a little bit closer to taking out all the ask. Buyer's pushing it back up a little bit here. Ooh, you're going to short mirror? Let's pop over to Bitcoin and see. I don't know. I don't know about that move. But let's see. We're going to test 6:45 again. Damn it. Every time I switch, why is my quantity buttons not staying the same? So 6:35 was trying to hold as a little bit of support. Let's see. Got 3 minutes. Oh, we're going to see 6:30 hold. See there, as soon as it started dropping, buyers came in and held it up. That's exactly what we want to see. We do not want this to get back below 6:30 at this point. What do we got? We got a minute and a half on this 5-minute candle to close above 6:30. I'd really like to see this 5-minute candle close above 6:40, but I just don't know if it's going to do it or not. At the moment, it doesn't look like it, but man, we still got a minute and 20 seconds, so it's possible. We can take that downtrend line off now. Be nice, Daniel B. Ooh, starting to crack 5:30. And Bitcoin just hit a new high a day. It is possible that, it could pull back some more, but it's kind of starting to build support in that 19.5 area, so I would be a little concerned shorting it, but just constructive criticism is fine. TB calling somebody a retard because they're doing something that he wouldn't do is not fine. That's messed up. Because you'll feel like a real retard, DB, if he gets that short and then nails it because it crashes because it just hit a high of the year. You don't know what Bitcoin's going to do. Don't act like you know better than him. Nobody knows what the hell Bitcoin's going to do. Bitcoin does whatever it wants to do. This needs to get back above 630. It didn't close above 630. It's real sketchy, but the trend line's right at 622. So the trend line's it's still riding up the trend line. It's not doing exactly what I want it to do, but it is still riding up the trend line, so I'll hold it as long as the trend line's holding. Keeps getting rejected in that 645, 650 area. Anyway, DB, you just sit there and was talking trash to me saying, oh, there's no volume on this stock, and then all of a sudden we got these big green candles out of nowhere. That was a little bit of volume, you know. So talking crazy. Like, what are you expecting this to do? And then all of a sudden it pops up 20 cents. I'm expecting it to keep climbing this trend line and start breaking this 645, 650 area, and then buying volume come in and push it up to that 7 area. Decent amount of buyers coming in over 630 right now, more than we've seen. So we may start to test this 645 area again. Yeah, because I'm not minus $4. I don't know what you're talking about. I'm minus $1.75 at the moment. So you are crazy. No, I know there's a delay in the chat. I probably was down 4 minutes ago. Just relax and see. You know, I'm not sweating yet on this stock. It's doing somewhat of what I'm expecting to do. Although 630 just cracked again. So we got this little downtrend on the 1 minute that needs to break. This is getting later into the day, though. That is kind of a concern. Volume starts decreasing over lunch. See, how's this market looking? Market's still red. Look there, Bitcoin's starting to crack down a little bit. Are you talking about CAAS? One Life? It is consolidating, but it's consolidating in a upward movement on this trend line. So we got some buyers here to push this over the 1 minute downtrend. Dropping down to the trend line here. So we want to see buyers come in and hold that up. And they did, pushed it right back up to 635. So that's we want to see that happen. And every time it drops down to the trend line, we will see a lot of buying pushing the candles right back to the price it was at. But it needs to break over this 1 minute downtrend soon. We don't want it, like I said, we do not want it testing the uptrend. We want it testing upward resistance, not downward support. 630 starting to act as a little resistance again. It needs to break through there. This needs to pop back over 630 real soon. Just see something. Yeah, it's kind of getting squeezed at the moment. There you go, Hal. That's why you don't listen to other people. Ooh, we're starting to break up a little bit. See if we can get over 640. Buyers are trying to push this over 640. There we go. Pushing over 640. We're testing 645 again. Right back down again, but volume start to increase here. So if we get enough to push through 645, maybe. Yep, there we go, through 645. Let's see what 650. We're through 650. Broke that downtrend. I'd say we're still going to probably get hung up at 650 unless buying volume just comes in real crazy. If buying volume comes in real crazy, it may just start going straight up to 7. If we get like a 2 million in buying volume candle, that could be a possibility, but I don't know if that'll happen right away or not. I think there's just a little bounce off the trend line. We'll see though. A lot of selling at 660. If that breaks down, we might continue moving. And he's bobbled the ball. He's rounding second. Oh yeah, I guess I do sound like a baseball announcer or whatever, doing the play-by-play here. So we're just kind of fumbling around in the 650 area right now while it's trying to test 660. It's real close to breaking 660, but still getting a little rejected. Buyers trying to hold up 655. Ooh, big seller just came in at 660. The sellers are really trying to keep this under 660, but buying volume still looks like it's trying to increase. Why is 660 getting held? Why is that holding up? Am I missing something on that? Yeah, there's some resistance at 660. But not enough that I would think it would matter. No, let's see. There's just some sellers sitting there, but they're starting to get taken out now. I mean, there's a little resistance there, but I can't see why it would be this much of a struggle for it to break through 660. It should break through here real soon. It could be bag holders. But there's a lot of sellers sitting there. The buyers are trying to push it through. Let's see how long we got on this 5-minute candle. So if it doesn't break through 660 soon, it's probably going to pull back to the 9 EMA at that 635. Maybe 645. And you can see it's just kind of almost a flag, possibly, unless it cracks below the bottom of this. Oh yeah, okay, it cracked below that, so not a flag. Come on. There we go. So yeah, we're probably going to pull back down, or we did pull back down the 9 at that 635. We do not want 645 to be resistance again. Okay, I broke through it real quick. We do not want this 645 being resistance again. So starting to push through a little bit here. Okay. Okay, DB. The trash talking king. I'm just giving a play-by-play. I'm $3 up. Don't be greedy. Did you smoke some crack this morning, DB? Because you are really on one. You've been on one since you got in the chat. You've just been non-stop at it. Yeah, so there's that pullback down to the 9. A little bit of buying coming back in there. The time and sales turned green. There's a lot of green that came through there, but 645 acting as resistance again, which, like I said, we do not want. Okay, it's there. We're through it again. Need it back up here testing this 660 area. God. You had a drug orgy? DB? What are you, Rick James? So 645. Still holding there. This needs to get to moving soon. Needs to break that 650, 660 area soon because I'm getting hungry. It's about lunchtime for me. This is taking too long. Maybe when those plays maybe well, we'll see here. It's starting to pop up as I'm talking about food. It's about to say maybe one of those plays where I just put a stop loss under the trend line. But 660 is about to break down here, so we may start getting frisky. So if this can get up to 7 here, I'm going to lock it out, and then I'm going to go get some lunch. So we'll see what happens. It's pushing up 675. 675, a little resistance. That's natural resistance. It's a little bit back on the chart, but I'm not too concerned about that. Volume starting to increase through 675. I don't know what I'm having for lunch yet. I hadn't thought about it. This stream has been going for... This has been a long stream so far, so I have not really thought about it. Definitely not Taco Bell. I do not eat Taco Bell. I do not eat McDonald's. Do not eat Taco Bell. I do not eat Burger King. That stuff is terrible for you. So pushing, we just pushed up to that 680 area. Pushing through that. Is there anything? Let's see. No, there's really not anything up to 7. Like maybe 690 once. A little bit in that 690 area, but I think 7 will be the big resistance line if it can get up there. If it breaks 7 though, it's got room all the way up to 775 at the pre-market high, but that'd be pretty high up there. Taco Bell's how you die early. Yeah, those are some good points you made about Taco Bell there for sure. Daniel B, you like Burger King, really? Burger King back in the day used to be good. When I say back in the day, that was back when I was in high school. Now, maybe my tastes back in high school were just terrible, because when you're younger, you don't have that crazy of a palate. So, but back in the day, from what I remember, it used to be good. Now, the last couple of times I've tried Burger King, it's been absolutely horrible. So I don't know if it was because it was my little stupid high school taste buds that just didn't know any better, or if it was actually good back then or not. But it's not good to me anymore. Taco Bell's always been horrible. I didn't even like Taco Bell. Since you hate Burger King, you become a better trader? Yeah, I doubt that. Burger King is the secret. There you go. There you go, everybody. All the viewers in here right now, Daniel B he's exposed his secret of day trading. It's Burger King. He eats Burger King every morning before he trades. This is so close to pushing a 7. And I just wanted to hurry and push to 7 so I can go eat. Because now at this point... I mean, I could lock it in here, a little $20 win. But I'm trying to give it a chance to really get going and see if it's going. Okay, now we're starting to move. Let's see if we break 7 or if we get rejected. We got rejected right away. Let's see, volume starting to increase. We're going to push this over 7 or what? What are we going to do here? We may push through 7. A lot of selling at 7 like I thought. Oh, actually, we just took out all them sellers, but we did get rejected. Let's see. We're getting rejected. We got rejected pretty hard there at 7. It almost broke through. So I'm gonna try to give this a couple of more minutes here to see if it's gonna test 7 again. If it doesn't, I'm probably just gonna lock it out. The volume is just starting to come in. We're starting to get 5-minute candles over 1 million. So let's see here. Let's see what happens. Trying to pull back a little bit. Well, if you're telling me to hold, I'm holding to see if it's gonna break 7. It needs to hold up here and start pushing back up. Get back over at 690 here real soon. If it's gonna break, but I don't want it to come back down to the trend line down here. That's my only concern. Because then I'll have to wait again for a long time, and I don't want to do that again. Getting a little sketchy here at the moment. 680 is what we really need to hold up. To hold till minus $4. 680 is trying to hold up. There's the downtrend on the 1 minute right here. Need to see that thing break. It's a tight. See it break over this downtrend. 680 needs to hold here. $680 did not hold. Where's the bottom of these candles at? So 670, that's the last line of support before this. Well, 660 is pretty good support too, though. Let's see here. I think if this pushes back up to 7 here in the next couple of minutes, I think it'll break. If it doesn't, then it's probably going to come all the way back down to the trend line. Hey, that's alright. $20 is still profit, buddy. That's all that matters. As long as you're green. This is a little sketchy right now. It might pull back to the trend line if it doesn't break here soon. If it doesn't break over this downtrend line. Right at it. Some sellers at 683. Okay, they got taken out. See, we need to see us get back over 690 here soon. See, we're still getting rejected at the downtrend line. 680 still acting as some resistance. We need that to be support again. There we go. Oh, nope, still holding as resistance. This may pull back. The fact it's struggling to get back above at 680. If we crack 670, we're definitely pulling back. See, the 90 EMA is at 654. See, buyers came in and pushed it up right off of 670, that support line, so that needs to hold. Testing that 680 again. Come on, get back above 680. You're so close. All you gotta do is just pop right back above there. So right now we're just kind of consolidating. Ooh, a big seller at 681 trying to hold it down there. Sellers are trying to hold it below 680. Got a little tug of war in this consolidation right now. Looks like we're going to get through there. 685 holding up as a resistance. And we're getting a little crazy here. We might test 7 again here. If we get over 690, it's slowly pushing up. Oh, but look, we're right back down to this trend line again. Back under 680. Alright, so now this downtrend looks like it's broken there. So we are above, but now you kind of got the downtrend like right here. Testing 690. I think if it breaks over 690 again, I think it's going to break 7. This was good consolidation right under 7. All this right here. Took out a lot of sellers through here. So if it can break back over 690, and it's testing that now. Now it's getting over. Let's see here. We're hitting 7. Are we going to break? Here it comes. Here it comes, I think. Yep. Maybe. Ooh, took out a lot of sellers again, but it's still not breaking. 7 is tough for this stock. See if we can test it again. If we can keep testing 7 here, then I think we'll break. this downtrend. $6.90's acting as resistance again, but we're above it again. We need a good volume push to push this through 7. 7 is being pretty tough resistance. So that's the second rejection. If this can hold up 680, I'll hold it for a little bit longer to see if it can try to break 7 again. $680 trying to hold. $680 is trying to hold, but getting a little sketchy. Buyers are trying to hold it. I'm starting to get concerned. It's starting to curl a little bit. Starting to curl right under 7, so it may come back down to the trend line before it can break. And then 680's cracking right here. 680 cracked. Yeah, it is definitely sketchy at the moment. That second rejection. Where's the 9 at? The 9 is at 660. So we have another steep downtrend off of that rejection, that second rejection of 7. On the what do you call that, on the 1 minute chart? See 680 acting as resistance again. That's right where the downtrend is. It needs to break that. Buyers need to get back control of this, or this is going to come back down. Big buyers trying to hold up at 675. Let's see here if this can push back over 680. $670 still trying to hold up. We've tested this 670 support a lot more than we tested $7 though, and now it's starting to crack a little bit. Well, buyers pushed it right back up again though. And I have a phone call. That is kind of an important phone call, so I'm going to have to answer this. Don't know where to put a stop loss. All right. So Alright, guys, I'll be back in just a second. I'm still on the phone, but I should be almost done here. You can see it's still testing at 670. Slowly climbing up the trend line still, and the 9 EMA. Looks like at 670 is going to crack down. But I'm going to continue to try to hold it here. You can see this downtrend is riding right down this downtrend. So that downtrend on the 1 minute needs to break real soon, or it'll pull all the way back down here to the trend line. So yeah, just give me a couple more minutes and I should be back on, guys.
Alright, sorry guys, that was a lot longer call than I expected. This thing has just started dumping. It's cracked a trend line. I'm trying to give it a chance to get back above the trend line, but at this point, I gotta get some food. I'm starving. I'm thinking I'll probably put a stop loss in right here under this 635. There is a lot of support in that area, previous resistance, and it bounced off of there, so it looks like that might be a good support place. Once again, kicking myself. Should have locked in up here at 7 like I said I was going to. Didn't do it. So the lesson of the day is when you say you're going to lock in, stick to your plan and lock in. Lock in the profits when you got them. Because I could have already been done with this trade if I did that. But woulda, coulda, shoulda, and all that good stuff. So, my hunger is getting the best of me. So I am going to probably just put a stop loss in, like I said, under the 635 area. See, I got in at 640, so I could put it at 630, be a 10-cent stop loss. Because it is trying to, it actually did just break that downtrend on the 1 minute. It is trying to get back above the trend line. Sometimes when you have a trend line, you can have a little dip under and then it'll pull back up. I don't know if that's going to be the case here or not. If it gets rejected, you can see it on the 1 minute. It's trying to get back above it. But if it gets rejected here, then it's probably going to continue to sell off. So that's the thing. I could just lock this in right now and just be done with it. Because I am up. I mean, I'm not up much, but it would be better than taking a loss on this. Especially if it doesn't get back above that trend line. Problem is, when shorters see a trend line start to crack like this, they want to start coming in and short it down. So that's the only concern. Decent amount of buying that coming in there. That 648 area, but it's pushed right back down. Yeah, I think I'm just going to put a stop loss right below. Put in a 10-cent stop loss at that 630 area. And I'll only be risking $5. Yeah, I'm just gonna do that. Because if it starts cracking down, then it's just gonna keep selling off. So most likely. So yeah, I got my stop loss in there. So if it cracks below that, if it cracks below 630, then you guys will know that I took a small loss on this, a little $5 loss. If it keeps ripping, or if it gets back above the trend line anyway and it starts moving back up, well, then you'll know at some point that I locked in a profit, and I will let you know tomorrow where I ended up locking it in at. But I'm going to call it a day, guys. You guys have a great rest of your day. Stay safe out there. keep an eye on the channel. Thank you for all the likes. I noticed that there's a decent amount of likes today on the live stream. But keep an eye on the channel for the new show. If you like listening to political talk and news talk and all that type of stuff, we are doing a new channel. My father-in-law and I are. We're looking to start it tonight, but I don't know for sure. We'll be a live show talking about everything going on. And it possibly could be tonight, but just keep an eye on the channel, keep an eye on my Facebook and all that. And I will post when we're going to go. We're aiming for tonight at 8 o'clock, but just keep 7. I can't remember. It was either 7 or 8 Central. But just keep it. Make sure you got notifications turned on. If you subscribe, make sure notifications are on, and I will post in the community tab center with a link to that live stream if we do it tonight, and I'll post it here earlier. Then I'll post it probably around 4 or something. That way you guys will have plenty of time. If we're going to do it tonight. I'm not 100% sure we're going to start tonight. It'll either be tonight or maybe towards the end of the week. But I'll let you guys know as it gets closer and closer. Make sure you know it won't be on this channel. It's a separate channel. That's what I'm saying. I will post the link to it on this channel. So that way you guys can get to it from this channel, because it is a separate channel from this channel. This channel is stock market, day trading. I'm keeping it that. And this other channel with me and my father-in-law is going to be politics, news, all that type of stuff. Just our perspectives on things. So I'm keeping them separate because I don't want people running away from my day trading stock market channel. Oh, and I just got stopped out there. So that's what I was talking about. Shorters see it getting under there. Shorters are going to try to drop it. So unfortunate loss on that. I should have locked in at 7. I knew better. But yeah, I will let you know the channel. Okay? I'll let you know. Like I said, just make sure notifications are turned on. The channel will be posted with a link on this channel. So make sure your notifications on this channel are on. And then if they are, you should get a notification. I'll post it in the Facebook group too. Don't worry, I'll put it out there. You guys will know when that show is going to happen and where that channel is going to be at and when you can join and all that. So don't worry. I will make it happen. I'll make sure everybody sees it. So, all right, guys. I'm going to call it a day. Appreciate you. Appreciate everybody joining me as always. Good job to anybody who made some profits today. A little sketchy market, but it is what it is. And we will be back tomorrow. You guys have a great rest of your day. Till next time.